Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we are going to review Downward Spiral, both Prologue and Horus Station VR. It's basically a walking simulator set in space. It's very atmospheric and it tells its story through environmental storytelling. I did enjoy this experience, but there are some negatives to consider. Horus Station Prologue was released on the Steam store March 31st, 2017 by Third Eye Studios. It's available for the Valve Index, HTC Vive, and the Oculus Rift. Meanwhile, Downward Spiral Horus Station was released on the Steam store May 31st, 2018 by Third Eye Studios, and that's available for all the major VR headsets. Downward Spiral Prologue normally retails for $2, but when it originally released, it was actually selling for $10. I bought it on a Steam sale, 79 cents, back in 2017. Downward Spiral Horus Station normally retails for $20. I got it on a Steam sale back in 2018 for $12. It's been as low as $6 on the Steam store just very recently during the Steam Winter Sale. I tested both of these games out on the Oculus Quest 2 using the Oculus Link cable. Honestly, you don't really need to buy Downward Spiral Prologue if you buy Downward Spiral Horus Station. Horus Station is the full game, and it includes actually a reprise of Downward Spiral Prologue in Downward Spiral Horus Station. So basically, you're returning back to the end of Downward Spiral Prologue in the actual game Downward Spiral Horus Station, so there really is no need at all to buy Prologue. Now, I went ahead and I played Prologue first. It did give me a sense of where the game would be going, and the Prologue is only about 20 minutes long, a little bit less than that, so it's no big deal. If you already own it, I would recommend go ahead and playing it first before you play Horus Station, but there really is no need to buy both of them, although Prologue goes on sale pretty often for 59 cents, so you might as well buy it, might as well play it first, just to get a sense of the main game. But like I said, Prologue is only about 20 minutes long, and basically most of it is already included in Horus Station. Like I said, Downward Spiral Horus Station is a walking simulator set in space. The narrative is told through the environmental storytelling, and basically the gameplay consists of the zero gravity, where you have to hold on to objects and push yourself off or grab onto them, pull yourself forward, or whether you're using your little tools. One of them is like a plunger and you shoot it and it'll pull yourself forward to that location, or a tool that looks like a mini vacuum where you're propelling yourself forward faster with that tool. You also have many different types of guns in this game. You can also turn on your flashlight, but honestly, I don't think I had to use it outside of one location. It's in your wrist, and I believe there's also a communication device there if you decide to play this game multiplayer. So Downward Spiral has not only single player, but it also has online multiplayer co-op and online multiplayer PvP. Now the PvP is very different than the rest of the game, but basically online co-op is just basically you have a buddy playing alongside your story. There's no big deal there, although I was unable to test out whether it worked or not. And then there's the online PvP matches. Again, I did test it out. Unfortunately, there was nobody online to play against. That's no surprise there, so I can't say whether the online servers actually work or not, but it basically consists of maps within the game, and then you just play it almost like a Quake or maybe a Halo type of gameplay, where you basically shoot yourself around the map in zero gravity, and then you just grab whatever guns are available, and you also start off with your basic tools as well, including a normal handgun. I want to estimate that it took me 4.5 hours to complete the game, so there is quite a bit of content here for the price, especially for VR. We usually don't have games that are almost 5 hours long. Downward Spiral is running on the Unity engine. On my RTX 3080, I was getting a steady 90 frames per second. I did experience one major bug in this game. During one of the chapters, there's an event that's supposed to take place after you insert a disc. That event did not happen in my game, and of course I didn't know know that this event was supposed to happen. So I did end up spending around 30 minutes just mulling around trying to figure out how to progress, and I just couldn't find an answer. I finally had to look online for an answer, and that's when I figured out, oh, there's a bug in my game, because when I inserted the disc, that did not happen in my game. Nothing happened at all. Fortunately for me, once I quit the game and restarted and came back to my checkpoint, the event then did start appropriately the second time. So I did the exact same action the first time. The event didn't happen like it was supposed to. However, just simply quitting the game and restarting fixed the issue on my side, so I'm lucky for that. So it is a big major bug, but it has an easy solution. One other thing that I did not like about this game is that this game does have some loading screens that are very odd. It almost feels like your game is crashing. So you'll open up a hatch and then all of a sudden your game starts to almost crash, but it's just the loading screen. It's a little off-putting, and it does happen pretty often. Overall, I did really enjoy my time with Downward Spiral. However, I came across two bugs and they kind of did bring the experience down. Also, there is a lot of repetition in the gameplay. Basically, you're just opening doors and going through them, and then maybe having to find a battery and then just killing some drones, and it seems like it does repeat this gameplay loop a little bit too much, and it doesn't help that some of the sections of the game look very similar. So I definitely had that sense of deja vu when I got to this new section. I thought, have I been here before? It looks awfully similar. I think I've been here before, and it turned out I hadn't. It was a completely new section. It just looked very similar to a previous section I had just been in. However, if you enjoy walking simulators, then I think you'll enjoy this one. I thought the graphics were pretty good, especially the inside environments. Now, there are some outside environments here and they don't look as good, but I did like the inside environment. I thought the space station itself, the Horus station, looked really good, although there is a lot of repetition again in the visuals. So yes, it looks good, but I would have appreciated more variety in the different corridors. And there's a lot of weapons here. I was surprised by the amount of weapons you have. Unfortunately, there really isn't a whole lot of variety as far as enemies. There's really only a few enemies in this game. Most of them are just like flying drones. Keep in mind, there's also not a whole lot of narrative storytelling as far as through text or as far as through voice acting. There really isn't in this game. The story here is told through game environment, through game action, and you kind of have to piece together what happened yourself. It really is open to interpretation. So the one comparison I can think of is Lone Echo, but seriously, Lone Echo has a great narrative, a great storytelling. It really has high production values, and this game really doesn't. However, I like that this game has like those little toys, like the little plunger where you pull yourself forward, or the little vacuum where you can just shoot yourself across space, and it definitely has a lot more action with the shooting sections of this game. And none of the puzzles here are really all that difficult. They're all pretty simple, and there is some backtracking in this game, but it's not too bad at all. So I do recommend Downward Spiral, both the Prologue and Horus Station, but like I said, if you buy Horus Station, you really don't need to buy Prologue as well. But if you have them both, I would definitely say play them both. I enjoyed it, but it's not for everyone. If you enjoy walking simulators, I think you'll enjoy this one. If I have to score both Horus Station and Prologue, I would give them both a 7 out of 10. I do recommend them, especially if they're on sale. They're an absolute steal. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. I hope you liked my review. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.